All right, let's see. It's always what the current energy is picking up, right? So whatever. Let's see. Intuitive butterfly effect. So far we have the Page of Swords, the Five of Cups, the Moon, and I don't feel like lining them up in order, so I'm gonna take them as they go, because I usually do them and I line them up and I read them like a book. Today I don't feel like doing that shit. I really don't know why I don't, but I don't. I'm not gonna do it like that. So wherever they fall, that's where I'm gonna leave it. And then that's how I'm going to interpret it and read it. I like to do that with the cards that don't have any words. But for the new beginners, for the people that are just learning and don't really understand, but you're here because you're trying to understand, and for some reason, somehow it led you to this reading, I do it for you guys. That way it can connect as a story for you. That's the only reason why I do it like that. But for right now, this is how we're going to read the cards, and this is how we're picking up the energy. So like I said, and then we have the Nine of Wands here. So I do see somebody that has been running maybe their mouth a lot. And if it's not running their mouth, it may be just curiosity killed the cat. You know, like, I don't know why I don't even talk like that, but yeah. And the reason why I said that is because I see this despair, this grief of loss right here. Somebody that was disappointed. So maybe by you running your mouth, by you, spreading gossip or vice versa, pick this up as it goes. It doesn't necessarily mean you. It could be the other person on your mind. So take it as it goes, okay? But anyways, back to the point to where I was saying intuitive butterfly effect, and somebody was left disappointed, maybe because there was a lot of like the trust was broken. There was a lot of lies, maybe a lot of things that were said that were kind of being sneaky in regards to certain situations. Maybe a lot of hidden illusions is what I'm picking up, and it left you or this other person, or more likely both of you, feeling fucking restless. Like, damn, I'm constantly having to test my faith. I'm constantly having to prove myself for this. I'm constantly having to build strength to get over this situation or whatever this is. But let's take out more cards because we need more to the story, right? All right. So that right there dropped with the hidden illusions and the lies and, not keeping. Yeah, I think it was in regards to a lot of things, and it led like there was just so many fears and anxieties, or like illusions that you had along the way in regards to certain things, when it came to your money, when it came to your goals, when it came to friendships, when it came to just your goals in general. To be able to accomplish the things that you were, fulfilling for you at one point, in whatever way or whatever that may be for you. But I do see you traveling, perhaps, definitely traveling, sightseeing, maybe some mountains, I don't know, going to a lake or something like that. But I do see you experimenting and exploring, at the same time. I know that the energy just drifted into a different kind of reading, but that's just how it goes. I don't know what to tell you. I'm just letting you know what's coming to my mind. It could be multiple people that it's picking up for, but yeah, just a lot of things that were happening, and that you were also lying to yourself in regards to so many different things. And I think it was becoming too much. It was not just one thing. It's just like, how like everything has a domino effect. It's like, yeah, that's what ended up happening for you. That's why you ended up being like fucking restless and stuff like that, because you're constantly juggling things. It's what I'm currently seeing. But before that, we had the Seven of Pentacles here, which is like you taking a look at everything that you've built, everything that you have gathered, everything that you currently have, the knowledge that you've invested in, the results that have taken you, all this kinds of stuff. And I apologize if I keep saying I don't know why I keep doing that. I don't even speak like that in real life. I don't know why when it comes to these readings, I keep doing that. It's driving me crazy, but it is what it is. But I do see you looking back on things. I do see you working hard. I do see you working hard, and maybe there's a lot of times where you don't want to go home because you're finding yourself very stressed. But that's what I'm currently picking up on. What is this card that fell here? I think that maybe a lot of times you also are very stubborn. And greed can get the best of you. I think that you are at times very materialistic. And I think that we all get fooled by the things that we see on social media. That it definitely takes a toll in our minds in regards to what like a real life society or like what real life shit is. You know, not everybody is living the same kind of lifestyle we're living. We all want that perfect lovey life, that perfect stable working, having this career, having this and that. We all want certain different things in whatever things it may be that you are wanting. So we're not in a race with nobody. We're not in a competition with nobody. Just be happy for what you currently have. That's the advice that I would give and that I'm giving. Okay, let's see. You are generous when it comes to giving. You are very generous. You're very compassionate. You know, you're a good leader. You tolerate a lot of shit. Male or female. You know, you do take the time to go within. You soul search with yourself. You speak to God. You ask for guidance. You ask your spiritual journey. You try to get yourself enlightened. Even if that means, you know, doing your own research through the internet, through posts, through whatever it is. But you are gaining your independence if you don't already have that. When it came to juggling things, I think that left you in despair, probably financially not at the best, and it ended up leaving you with a lot of worry. Your vision was kind of distorted, so you had to pause a little bit, surrender, and change your perspective in regards to how you wanted things to go, because it was beginning to be too much for you, and you definitely didn't want to be at home. You didn't want to go home because it was just too much. But you are at the moment where you're thinking of rapid change. The movement is now. And this usually means things are coming very quickly. And you're the magician at this point. You're able to transform whatever it is that you're wanting. You're manifesting new creations, new, different things that didn't enlighten you before. But you are starting to see things differently. And things that used to matter to you don't matter anymore. I'm picking up. With the pause and the delayed, I think you've had enough of that. I think that you are ready to go ahead and move forward with your ideas or whatever it is that you set your mind to, whatever that may be, when it comes to just your mental clarity, when it comes to a job, when it comes to a decision, when it comes to whatever, a partnership, whatever it is. You've already made up your mind and you are thinking a lot more logically when it comes to this. And I think that this, you know, different perspective that you're seeing now that caused that is gaining you a lot of mental clarity. And then we also have this one right here, which means that you're being very efficient, you're being responsible, you're taking action, and you are manifesting new things into your life. Maybe a new love, maybe something else that you're focusing on. Sounds like something else that you're focusing on. I think that you're putting your mind into something else. And whatever that is pretty artistic. So stick to it. You are a very caring, romantic person. You are very loving. So I think there's a new proposal coming your way. Are you coming back together with somebody? Are you getting back together with somebody, or what is this Justice card? Yeah, you are. What the fudge? You are, because there's a rebirth right here. That means a second chance. With who? With who? I'm nosy as hell, right? With an ex-love? With a lover? With somebody? Ooh, but there's also a lot of temptations. You see that? With somebody that was financially stable or is financially stable, you took for granted. There's balance. You see how there's balance here? You've been thinking about it quite a lot. Thinking about this person, man or female. I don't know, you know. You definitely gain a lot of the temperance in this right here. The strength, that's balance. That's heavy balance. But you're taking action for it. You definitely are. You're thinking clear. And look, you're speaking, you're going towards somebody. Coming through celebrations or whatever. Gonna talk about things and arguments that were getting in the way, tensions, disagreements. Oh my God! I like when I get juicy readings. I just like love that. But yeah, you're coming to talk to this Queen of Swords. You're gonna come together and be like, look, you see? Going towards that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I don't know. If you know tarot, I don't need to say anymore. You know what I'm saying? All right. Intuitive butterfly effect.